Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. A mess. Okay. I think I'm ready to actually concentrate on the stream. So kind of picking up where we left off on, what was it, Friday. I had a bit of a fateful painting session that didn't work out quite as well as I was hoping it had. Hey, Etchy, how are you tonight? Yeah, I was painting the pieces in the black gloss black base for the Alclad, and was really just having a bit of a struggle with it. You know, this base is supposed to be gloss black, and I mean, I know the resin pieces themselves have a very slight texture to them, but you know, I should have been getting a better finish than I was. So what I ended up doing was kind of taking a mulligan on it. And while I had said on Friday that I was going to stream again on Saturday, I kind of just said, you know what? No, I'm just going to take some time, figure out what the hell I was doing wrong, and then hit it all again throughout the day. So I spent most of the day and the evening concentrating on just getting the technique right. And what we have now is basically everything. Every single piece I repainted. I didn't bother stripping anything, none of that. I just basically got the process nailed down and went back over it in depth. And so the trick with this guy here is you kind of have to go against every single airbrushing kind of principle that that's been ingrained into you with doing model kits, which is to do like several light coats, right? Not so with this. This guy likes it wet and thick. So crank the pressure up, get in nice and tight, and you just lay it down exactly the way that you shouldn't lay down paint. And but for whatever magical reason, it comes out really nice and glossy. And so some of the pieces that I redid are far better, far better. So really tight, close, overlapping spray. Hey Drift, how are you? And I just basically redid every single piece. So I know, right? But the fact remains, if I tried to do it in light coats, it'll never come glossy. It just keeps a really, like if you looked at it up close with the, if you have one of those loops that you use to check the needle tip, it just wasn't that great. Lots of graininess, lots of pebbling through the paint, as though it's almost like what you would see with like where you're getting a little bit of, I can never remember the name of it, but when the particles of paint are drying out too quickly before they hit the paper, so you have this granular kind of texture to it. But yeah, it's super glossy now, and I just thought, you know what, no, this isn't going to work for me, because I was putting the chrome down on some of the matte pieces, and they were, it was kind of a neat look. But then some of the ones that came out more glossy, it looked completely different. It looked wrong. So I did the process, and I made sure things were kind of looking the way that they were supposed to. So tonight I'm in a much better position to actually put down the chrome on top of this. Just trying to get you some good ones to see here. So just so you can sort of see what the difference the chrome makes now. Again, with this camera, it doesn't really pick up the chrome quite as well as I wish it would. So it's a little brighter. It looks a little less black in person. It looks a little more like a really dark chromed gray in person. So that's a chrome piece. And let me just pull this one out so you can see them side by side. Actually, I have a better idea. I actually have one of these. So these are the same part before and after. So this one is just the gloss black, and this has had the chrome. Laid down on it. So the chrome is the other part of the puzzle that required a little bit of finesse. Yeah, you can see it where it's reflecting a bit more, and there is in person to my eye, there is more gray. There's more of a silvery dark gray to this than there is in what my camera is seeing. So, oh well, it's just one of those, maybe like color gamut and stuff like that. But yeah, you can see side by side there's quite a difference, and it looks really nice against the black. I've done some feet. So you can see what the overall finish will look like with gold, the gold in play. That part's not actually attached, but so I'm really happy with it. I'm happy with with it so far in terms of how it's coming out. I'm unhappy that I may run out of enough gold. I ordered a few more jars of it, but it won't be in until next Monday, I think. So no big deal though. Lots we could do between now and then. Yeah, the gold came out I'm really happy with the gold. This is one. This is the other foot. And this one hasn't got any of the, the chrome hasn't been applied to the tip yet. Yeah, so apart from that, I've had kind of a bit of a lazy weekend. Haven't been out of the house much. Still working on the stream a little bit, trying to get my notifications and stuff working better. I came up with the most ridiculous sub and bits notification. There's a guy who does YouTube, does Twitch stuff on YouTube, just techniques for using OBS and those sorts of systems. His name is Nutty. But he had a setup with a sub, like with a receipt printer for that would spit out subs, which I've copied. It's pretty funny. I might be able to trigger it here as get your opinion, get the opinion of my viewers. There's a lot to do. I just haven't had a chance to do certain things. Like I don't have an emote yet. I have to figure out who I can get to do that, and there's some other things. Yes, all of the paint is Alclad. Yeah, well, I had one actually sitting around that I wasn't using, and it was exactly the same model. So it's the most bizarre setup. I'll see if I can actually trigger it for you. Because you never know if stuff's gonna work. That's what I find. Layers and layers of complexity. Let's see here. No, I need to get the TSL transmitter interaction page running. Because you subbed to me, actually, so you should have been able to see this. This should have happened on Friday. I apologize, I didn't have it ready yet. Let's see here. So if I hit this, it should trigger it. And hopefully nothing is in the way. Is that going to work? Oh, no, hang on. The problem is it uses this application called Liorn Board, which is a little flaky. Let that boot up. Tends to crash on me. But I mean, where's the fun in it if it was all stable and worked perfectly? All right, so let's try this again.
It goes against the nature of the quintessential spirit of marching to the quid quo Quibian quail at the same time.
Some timing I need to work out. That's just a fake one. Isn't that hilarious? Gary Busey. So I was, you know, my wife steps in on me trying to find crazy Gary Busey quotes off the internet. She's like, "What are you doing?" Isn't it? Anyway, it would normally say the person's name and everything and what they subbed for. I can't figure out how to get it to work on follows, but it works on subs and bits. Bits over 10. So, yeah, it's classic. So, that was my Sunday afternoon project. Anyway, lots of fun. So I hope everybody's had a great weekend. I hope you've accomplished a lot. I was, oh, is it going to work? Oh, it didn't work. Damn. I'm so sorry, Drift. It didn't, the camera didn't switch to it. But there's the message. Ah, shitty. Sorry about that. Beta testing, I know. Tear, welcome. Yeah, we're just discussing my new extremely bizarre system for admiring my followers and subscribers. So I'm going to keep all these because waste not, want not. All the real ones. Because, you know, it's a little, I kind of had a pang of guilt that's like, well, I'm kind of wasting paper, but, you know, like you get so much receipt paper. It's not as though I'm printing receipts all day long with this thing. It's going to be few and far between. Well, I hope it's not few and far between, but yeah. So yeah, I'm so sorry that didn't trigger for you there, Drift. But yeah, it's so silly. Anyway, that's a blank. That's a test one. I'm gonna keep yours, Drifts. I know. I don't know if you were here, but I was saying I was trying to find audio clips of Gary saying crazy things that I can randomly play over top of it all. But and then I might change the face out every once in a while. Put something different in there. Keep things fresh. So we're just looking at the two. Terry, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but I keep calling you Terry. Sorry, Tear. I basically went back and repainted everything in the black. I really wasn't happy with how things had turned out on stream after I was done. Some stuff had a matte finish, some stuff was glossy. It was kind of a train wreck, to be honest with you. So through the weekend, I figured out how things should look, and how the paint should work. And I've gone back and I've repainted every single black part of this entire project. They're all sitting here in front of me. I've got boards and boards and boards of these things. Got them kind of all over the place. So I'm going to get over to the spray booth, and we will definitely figure out, or we'll put down some actual paint. Before I do that, no, I think that's it. Now I do know for a fact that sub thing only works on this particular scene. Need to do some tweaking there, but whatever. You all saw it, and that's what's important. So I'm going to move over there, and we will switch mics, and we'll do some painting. Oh, too soon. Let's get the GoPro running here. One more camera. Too many cameras. Actually, it's interesting. I was going back and looking at some of your older clips, some of the ball jointed doll stuff you were doing. It's fascinating, that stuff. I follow a guy on Patreon. He's actually the the Waldo kit that I was working on. He is his name is Michael Fichtenmeyer, and he creates a lot of sci-fi ball jointed dolls. And he has a few printable versions that I've been sort of looking at. They're robots, but I was watching some of your resin videos of that enlightened enlightened discussion on which nipples are allowed, which gender of nipples are allowed on YouTube without demonetization. Fascinating. Alkaline 11, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, my friend. All right, let's try this again. Booth. There we go. All right. So we need one of these. One of these. Yeah, and what's weird about it is too is that the I think the same sort of double standard doesn't exist with Twitch, does it? I think male nipples are also not stream safe on Twitch, but they're okay on YouTube, right? Let's get a few lined up here. I mean, so many of the stories are somewhat, I don't know what the term is, anecdotal or apocryphal, or essentially you never really know what's true and what's lore. But I seem to recall someone getting in a bit of trouble, a male streamer getting in a bit of trouble when they spilt their drink, and he took his shirt off. I guess because there was some desire to maintain equality among sexes when it comes to that sort of thing. So obviously, female nipples are a no-no. So I think they applied the same ban. I think they gave him a 1-week ban or something for that transgression. I've lost my pipette. Yeah, but again, I have no idea. I have no idea if it's true or not. I mean, I would imagine that it is to a degree, because, I mean, can you think of how many times you see shirtless guys streaming? I don't think I have. Yep, that's going to work. So the trick with the chrome is I've got my aperture dialed into 6, and I'm spraying at around 15, between about 12 and 15 psi. That's 12 to 15 psi when the trigger's pressed. Let's reverse these. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen any either, which is kind of what leads me to think that it's likely a violation, simply because, most, there are certainly streamers out there who would do whatever they can to get those extra viewers. And I would imagine that there would be many people who would think, well, I'm just going to go topless. Now, a bit of a problem here and it's that I have just started operating a gas chamber. So let's turn this stuff on so I don't just pass out here. Yeah, so there we go. That's all it needs. So, nothing there. That one's been done. Nice and easy. Yeah. More lights, I think. Spraying it just with some air just to get all the any dust off. Try it without this blower on. See if I can smell it. Okay, one more paint. I find the alclad paints settle out really quickly, so I don't put quite as much in the brush as I would with normal paints, because I find that the finish changes over time. Kind of have to keep them shook up. If I disappear off camera, it's just because I'm grabbing more parts. Awkward with these long sticks. Love it. Love this finish. It's so sinister. Which fits in with the... Oh, I think I've done that one. It's hard to tell. We'll leave that one up. Okay. Just putting in 1 milliliter at a time. Smooth brain, sorry. Millimeters. Yeah, I'm disappointed that I don't have enough gold. That was quite a blunder on my part. I also have quite a dusty workshop, which, you know, there's really not a whole lot I can do about, but, just have to live with the occasional little fleck in the paint, bit of dust here and there. Yeah, I completely agree. What makes it more frustrating is it's not something that's easily acquired off of, like, Amazon or something, at least not in Canada. I have about that much left, I think. Yeah, right about 1/3 of a bottle. So, I mean, maybe I can make it, but my issue is I have a lot of, there are quite a few pieces like this where on the inside, all of this area here, this triangle, and this triangle are going to be done in gold. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. I want to get these nice and even because they're pretty visible. Just 2 coats. Got to paint. Put a little more in this time. Just trying to remember what I painted. It's even. The other annoying thing that happened is the lights broke in my spray booth. There's sort of 3, it's a strip of LED lights here, across the top, and then down this side. I have replaced every single one of these because they start to blink. Start to flicker like what you would find in a horror movie. Easy fix though, because they're just that ribbon. you know, 12-volt under-counter stick-on ribbon LEDs that you can get on Amazon for next to nothing, and it's just a matter of soldering them in as replacements. How you doing, Epic? Good to see you tonight. Just working on the chrome. Had a bit of a failed stream on Friday in terms of the quality of the paint. Wasn't happy with how it turned out, so I repainted everything over the weekend, and here we are. The black, that is, the chrome black. So here we are, basically just with the proper black, putting down all the black chrome. Get into some of the bigger pieces now. Blow off any dust. Okay, and I've got some more over here. Do this one. Getting into some of the larger stuff now. One more of these to do. Got a paint. dust off this. For that, I'm just using an air compressor. Funniness there that I'm not too happy about. Any parts that have some odd blemishes like that, I'll end up just repainting after. Don't think I redid the inside of this one. This one I'm just going to put on hold. No sense wasting paint on that. I'm going to repaint that one in the black. Let's get into this one. I may have just missed it from when I redid my painting. This one's better. And for anyone new to stream, we're working on a Volks 1/100 scale resin kit. It's about 200 pieces. The content itself is from the 5-Star Stories saga of manga. And as Epic has so generously typed, you can read more about it there. Etchy, thank you so much for dropping by. Get some rest. Hope you have a great week. I'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you for your support. As always. Let's try one of these crazy pieces. Definitely need to refill this before we try this guy, though. Looks as though it's been done already. I may have just done the one side of this one. Let's do this piece. Should have enough. Running out of space to put all these pieces. Oh, here, let's do his head. Get a little more paint. Gradually getting through the bottle. Ooh. Okay, spilt it. A little overzealous. Slopping paint everywhere. Okay. Do this. Now I just noticed I forgot to spray that in the gloss black. So there's a couple of these that I've missed. Not a big deal though. I should be able to do that without affecting the chrome. It's hard to keep track when you have so many pieces. Here. Oh no, I did that one. Okay. Need to get a clean room. Two passes sort of gives me the overall look that I want. Some marks there that I'm not happy about. I wonder what's causing that. I'll have to redo that piece. Might be the last piece here, so. I didn't quite get that one glossy enough inside. Okay, so let's get rid of this clean this thing out. And I'll do some more of the black on some of those pieces that I wasn't happy with, or that I just straight up missed. Okay, there we go. Now, try this, the faded black paint again here. Yeah, so some weirdness there. It's so weird spraying this stuff because that doing what I just did there goes against everything that you want to do with airbrushing. Putting it on that thick, that's the only way to get it glossy. This guy here wasn't super thrilled about. Redo it. This piece, I think I might have just too much paint on this one. This one might actually get stripped. Oh, and this one I just forgot to do the back. Let that dry for a minute. Then as far as this one goes, I might try just hitting it with some lacquer thinner right now. Make a mess. Yeah, a lot of paint on that. It looks like I'm making a terrible mess, but trust me. Have faith. I'll move this piece so I can do this on more in camera. Give me a sec here. Yeah, I was getting a lot of orange peeling, orange peel texture on it, which generally means I just have way too much paint on there from my various experiments with the gloss. This is just hardware store lacquer thinner. Nothing fancy. And for anyone new just joining the stream, we're working on a Volks 5-star stories resin kit. Just correcting some screw ups here. Be painting this in a gloss black in a few minutes. Hopefully with more success. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe we'll just do a little bit. I won't do the back. We'll just see if it's going to be okay without any primer. Alclad claim that you do not need primer for this product. So I wasn't that impressed, but there could have been other things going on, which is... I will try it anyway without. We'll do a light coat. And then we'll go in heavy. All we can do is try, right? Not great. I'm gonna say that. I think I need the primer. But we'll let it cure overnight. Yeah, see these little fuck-ups? Oh well, no biggie. We'll fix that later. Alright, clean my brush. Just running some lacquer thinner through it. It's funny, I have great pieces for maybe 98% of it, and then I have about 3 pieces that are problematic. The paint just won't cooperate. Go figure. What I'll do is I'll really clean them again properly with the lacquer thinner, and I'll hit them with the primer, and then put the gloss. All right. Backwards. All right. So yeah. Get this up here. I need better stands for these things. All right, so we got all these done tonight. So some good progress there. These were all of these pieces were black. They are all now chromed. These ones over here I did yesterday. So they're all good. And here I can show you some progress with what the that's the wrong one. Or is it? Is that? Yeah, no, that's not the right one. Oh, here it is. A little bit of progress with what it looks like with the gold. Upside down. Just to give you a bit of an idea as to what it's going to look like once it's painted up. Sorry, once it's assembled. That black chrome and gold. Yeah. So I have a few more pieces to finish in the gold. The gold is easy, really easy to paint. It goes on like a dream. It's the black chrome that's a bit of a bear, but I'll get through it. Yeah. So gonna call it a night there. I have an early morning tomorrow. Thank you everybody who came on board. Bit of a short one, I know. I will be back on Wednesday, and if I can stretch my gold paint out for the duration or for the duration of the parts I need to do, because I have a little bit left. Where is it here? There's a tiny bit there. I might be able to get that. I might be able to make that work. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully I will. Regardless, I think what I'm going to do is I'll start building from the feet up. So I'll make sure that all of the legs and all the gold that needs to be done, I'll start sort of down at the bottom and work up. So on Wednesday's stream, we should actually be putting it together, and piecing it together and building it out, which is going to be the fun part. That's easily the most fun, gluing it and all of that stuff. And then once that's done and we have it more or less assembled, except for the larger pieces that will cover up places where I'll need to do pin lining, pin washes, etc. We won't attach those yet. Well, at least we won't glue them, but we'll get a very good idea of what the finished kit's going to look like. Yeah. So anyway, that's basically where we're at with the project. Was a bit of a difficult little bit of time, just difficulty with paints, but that's the story of my life. Anyway, everybody, have a great evening, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Cheers.